That's you, Jamie.
That's the agenda?
That's the agenda. It's going to be fun. This is a long meeting. Love for everybody to stay. But we're going to go through all of the quick stuff first and then go back around to the long. Do a little bit different order.
All right. We all set there?
Yep.
Cool.
I think so.
Then I will lead us off with financials. I have them done in QuickBooks. I have them reconciled. I have not posted a report because I am still reconciling them with a spreadsheet that Dave was keeping for our expenditures and build out, and a spreadsheet I was keeping for our expenditures and build out. The long and boring short of it is that Amazon charges credit, so I'm trying to make all the numbers look the same so no one freaks out. Different vendors, it hits the account differently than I recorded. So no one freaks out of getting all the numbers to match. In a slightly more serious vein, if anybody's been using our EIN to purchase things exempt for the lab, you gotta stop. Because I discovered that you can only do that directly with lab funds. So even me reimbursing you or me directly paying and reimbursing myself with approval of the board is a no-no. So I don't think anybody here has been doing that, but just in case, don't. If you want to purchase stuff for the lab and you want to get it tax exempt, come talk to me and I will give you a check, I'll PayPal, we'll work it out. Moving on, show and tell. I'm going to lead us off real quick. Yeah. Oh, are you waving or?
Possibly.
Okay. I will lead show and tell off really quickly on show and telling our new lab. We had a reporter out from Wakaiba Altamont Springs Life magazine last week. He'd come out 2 or 3 open houses prior. And they came through there very impressed with all the progress we made, how gorgeous this place looks. We gave them the long and the short of what hackerspaces are, how cool we are, the difference between us and other spaces, that kind of thing. They're going to be coming out in 3 or 4 weeks to do pictures, and then they're going to be doing a feature on us in their fall issue. So we are in another publication. That said, they're going to come around and take pictures. I'm not going to go dig anything up for them, so you're safe. You don't have you soldering all over the place again. Do you have anything there? Please take me.
That's the calendar, so
When I know what date it is, I will. Thankfully, this reporter dude is teleworking and does meetings, so coming out when we're all here is A-okay by him. All right, so going around the room, anybody have cool stuff to share with class? I know Cope made his giant death ray, but Cope isn't class right now.
Saturday we're going to be pushing the Cub Scouts. I'm actually going to write up all the mathematics of the catapult and put it on the board and scared us. That's what we use for whole
Sure, we'll put it on the block.
mathematical.
I think those screws still have a lot. But that's it. Take a picture of your scary board and your finished products?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Matt Griffin asked me to help with the Pi people meeting on the 25th on Saturday. So I'm going to be going over some like frame up and stuff on the Pis, and I'm set up FTDI chips to do serial programming on the Pi directly. So Saturday. It's the Central Florida Raspberry Pi user group. It's like 1 p.m.
Okay.
It's right up to you guys. But
Yeah, we might actually.
absolutely, yeah. So we want people to talk to you. That's it.
Who else has cool stuff? You all do cool things. Yes, sir. You were cool.
Nighthawks had its first sponsorship call with Google today.
Tell us what Nighthawks is.
It is the first official UCF hackathon.
Cool.
So I'm part of the planning team for that.
Awesome.
That's it.
JD made the door shiny.
Yes,
JD did make the
that's
door
one of
shiny.
I put my finger on something once for him to help him out, but I'm sure now that's going to just like get effective.
I make LEDs too.
Also, there's a new reader, RFID reader installed on the side door. I think that so
Old carts work again.
old cards work. If the card doesn't work, the stock's dead.
That will come up later.
Yeah. So there's
Stay
a whole
tuned.
discussion on door. So questions. Just were saying, get better.
All right. Looks like I'm on again. Transitioning to upcoming events. Mr. Dave Casey, who's on Hangouts, has set up DIY FamiLAB meetings. Saturdays 3 to 5. Feel free to come on out, get a feel for things, what you're doing, help finish setting up your lab.
Siraj, please, thank you.
If you have questions about that, see Dave Casey. If you don't know who Dave Casey is, or one of us will give you his email.
Right there.
Yeah, that would be Dave Casey. Hi, Dave. As mentioned, the Boy Scouts are coming out this Saturday with Rick Hughes shiny things. They're making small catapults. They're going to terrify them with writing mathematical equations on the whiteboard, which should be entertaining. Oh,
Great.
nothing at all. Just wanted to do your announcements. Tom had mentioned he wanted to do a second one of his stepper class, but that's not on the calendar, so I'm just going to look at Tom's time.
Well, unmute yourself.
Cool. I'm just saying upcoming things that are going to happen eventually. Similarly, Bacula, who couldn't be here this evening, is talking about starting up photography classes with relatively little cheap cameras. And then last but not least, Maker Faire is coming up. We have it. Yeah, it's coming up, and it's coming up quicker than you might think. We, of course, have a FamiLAB space set up if you'd like to show things there. I think, is Willa in charge of that?
She created the
She created the post. Talk to me, and I will figure out who is coordinating that.
Right now, big. I was up there for the we have to
Lots of space to fill.
so
Cool.
background.
Listen,
Can you do that? Sure. Okay.
cool. And we have all the banners and stuff and all the promo material that we picked up last year. We've got all that set up. I know that one of our new guys who's not here at the moment is all psyched about helping out the table. Anybody else who wants to help out, wants to show their cool things, wants to have someone babysit their stuff while they run around real quick and trade off, feel free to come help out with the panel booth. Yay! You volunteers too. Moving on, Lance. Back to Lance.
awesome box.
I also would not mind having somebody kind of help me occasionally on my booth.
Oh.
Just destroying things.
Well, this is his cool thing to make.
I don't think it'll be hard to find one.
Oh, no. They'll definitely have a big impact on me.
And I got BattleBots coming.
Nice.
I got 3 clues from the TV show.
Cool. And if any of you don't feel like helping with any of that, but want to teach soldering, I am the soldering goddess again this week. I'm seeing you.
I will gladly go in there again. Another picture day. Actually, he's really not sorry now. So,
Sweet. I am always happy to have people come help me that I know can solder.
Corbin.
Corbin
he
kicks
said somebody
ass.
can help solder.
There you go.
Corbin
No,
kicks a
actually,
lot
they're
of
really
ass.
good.
I've already asked him if he wants to come join us. He's more than welcome. So, any,
Don't forget to check the chats on the Hangouts.
we theoretically have
okay.
monitoring.
Put it into main hangout because it's literally like tiny ass print on my monitor again.
I'm in main hangout. We'll do.
Nobody's posting in the main.
It's not in the main hangout, it's in the
Yeah,
video.
he's gonna post it in the signed in his hangout.
Tons of people watching it, but
Now I'm staring at it.
Okay.
Mike, did you want to contribute to upcoming events, or shall we move on?
Alright, I will try to read this. We have 6 tables right now for Maker Faire. We need to squish for FamiLAB and other members. It'll be tighter than last year.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can add to that. If you can partner with someone to share a table, that would be beneficial, being that the Science Center has lost 7,500 square foot of Maker Faire space for this year. We need to make sure that we present a powerful but concise set of tables. We're trying to get a couple more tables, but we're not going to have 14 tables like we did last year. We're looking at maybe 6 to 8 tables. So if you can share with someone, that makes it great. It also makes it easier if you have to go or you want to go look at the rest of the fair for somebody to watch your booth for a little while.
Is that it?
All right, cool. Now back to landscape.
All right, awesome box. So, Siraj, you moved lots of heavy things here. Vending machine, fridge, our vending machine, and probably a million other things. And I know people helped, so thank you for that. If you did it.
Coach, Lindsay, Lisa,
Thank you all for that. Also, you made the GitHub lab tasks thing. Thanks for that. For those who don't know, we're going to try out using GitHub for keeping track of what we have plans to do, where the progress is, stuff like that. Already mentioned it, but Ted, RFID on the side door. JD for the door LEDs on the front room. Chorka for, he's been kicking butt on his CNC. Hopefully it'll be working 100% soon. Again, Chorka for the water cooler. I don't know if everybody's partake of it, but that was completely donated, done, everything by Chorka.
And free.
Yeah, no ants this time.
Yes, anything that's in that old building, load it out and I'll bring it over.
Yeah, by the way,
Oh,
I
well,
can't just bring over paper plates.
I must have been earlier.
You want to ask me?
That's like one garbage can. So,
that's my love of Rick. And my love of James.
And people filled up a 20-yard dumpster several times. Thank you for that. I'm sure there's more. DW, okay, so for everybody that doesn't know, DW plan the whole build out. We're here, every day.
Pick up the water
And
fountain,
the last
clear
thing
it out.
was, drive all the way to Lakeland, I think, or Lake County. I don't really remember. It had a lake in it. And it was far away. Pick up a water fountain so that we pass the final section.
Was it Lake City? No, it was
Doesn't matter.
quite as far as Lake City. It was far. It was like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's far away. Picked up water fountain so that we could get our final inspection there.
I feel like
All right.
teaching a class is weird.
People for cleaning the old lab.
Moving stuff, all the moving things, all the people who managed to
Yeah.
unpalletize half the lab between getting certificate of occupancy and the open house. And similarly, everybody who did open house tours.
Yes, I missed a lot of this because I was pretty much focused on getting our inspection done. After that, it's been okay. I have to go back to work. I have to work on the door code, stuff like that. So thank you, everybody that took the lab together. Coke started a birthday calendar, so we can kind of say, hey guys, thanks for being a member, happy birthday, stuff like that. Yep. Discussion coming. Jamie for buying food and balls for workers throughout build out.
My turn, Lance, for calling Syria's ass, but also making all of the obnoxious phone calls during the day that had been made to contractors or companies or vendors or whatever else. All the rest of us were tied to our nexuses.
Anyone have something to add to the talking box?
I'll throw Mike in there for working on the hours he worked as well.
Yeah. So
it's a slave driver.
build out has been what, 3-year projects for Mike.
2 and change.
They would as well. So we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't.
Thanks, Mike.
Yay!
Yeah, I really want to play shout out to the whole board. I had no idea that Bill was so changed and required so much. I did not have time. And there's always something to do it. You know, I understand there's a lot of work that they did not support the news. They didn't vote for it as individual members. But they put in a lot of work. And that was pretty impressive. And I don't think I took credit.
Anyone want to add anything else? All right. So the next section, we usually do updates. I'm going to do updates to the long section after members. So we have three people that need to intro. Do you want to start? Oh, I did your section, Jamie. Sorry.
No, that's you. The first person is me because Mike Payne, I'm sure you guys have seen him around if you've been here lately. He's a new guy. He goes by Circuit. He came out to open houses. He actually heard about us at Mini Maker Fair. He's not here, he's in class right now, so I'm going to do a quick intro on him so everybody kind of sort of recognizes who he is. I know he's been working a lot with you. He's from the Wakaiba Longwood area. He heard about us at Mini Maker Fair, and then kind of dragged heels. He was following other hackerspace on social media and realized what he was missing out on. And came out to several open houses and after his classes on Tuesday nights to help out. He's been helping with the 3D printers, he's been helping move and carry, he's been helping with that.
He's the one working with Torca on the 4x4 too.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. He's been working with Torca. So I will just read a little bit from his intro because he's a 3D printer guy. This takes the place of you asking all the questions, I guess. All of my work is centered around the RecRap open source project. I've personally made 3 variations of printers so far, using one to print out parts for the other and then scrapping the previous model for electronics and linear motion elements. I'm currently in the process of designing my newest printer, using everything I've learned from previous attempts to make my most solid and reliable machine to date. With access to the lab, I'm very excited to get to work on CNC routing and machining. I've attempted to make my own CNC router, but had to stop work on the project because of the lack of proper tools to effectively cut material for the build. My interests extend across the board from learning how to weld, use a lathe and mill, improve my coding, biohacking, and all things related. In joining the lab and becoming a member, I hope to offer as much of my personal knowledge on 3D printing and electronics design as possible. I'm always more than happy to lend a hand for just about anything, given that I won't lose the hand in the process. I've spent many years working with wood and the tools used to shape and cut it. My safety practices when working with machines and certain materials and chemicals are fairly refined, but I will always research things I'm unsure of, as well as ask for assistance when I'm looking for.
Retroactively add to the off box. When we moved over here, the pulp maker shipped right again.
Yeah, whatever.
And
It was lost.
I guess he showed up and within 2 days had it work.
Yay!
You got the Delta with me. Oh yeah,
It's awesome. Both of you are absolutely awesome.
We're not airing it on.
Yeah.
He's been doing everything.
Works for me.
That's how it works. New person. You know how to fix things. Fix it.
So, for our next
So these add-ons, all these people will vote on next month. We don't have any people vote on. So the next person, Joseph White.
Yay, stand up and talk about yourself
They
so
can
we can
come up
harass
front.
you.
Well, see, yes and no, but we'd love to have him on video.
No pressure.
That way everyone.
I'm Joseph White. I'm an audio engineer. Although it's been tried, but right now I'm working on a speaker project, designing a speaker from scratch. That's the primary thing that I'm going to help you so that I have space to know how that has prototypes to refine the design and that sort of thing. I'm very much a paper, so having the space to figure it out as well. Plus, people for a long time and it's sort of something I don't that's seems like
Yay.
He's also done pretty much all the speakers I've installed.
I didn't do that.
I'm going to kick off questions. Yeah. I'm going to kick off the questions. Major projects in work, want to do projects. What's your next project?
I have my prototype of speaker I brought in the house last week. The project building a prototype of that out of the next week. And I have a couple other designs for very smaller ones that
questions? Come on, people, don't disappoint me.
It is being recorded.
This is the usual ask question.
So, Star Trek Star Wars. Oh, I thought that was.
Well, we're not voting in time, we're voting.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I will want more about big sci-fi movie.
What was your favorite Star Wars?
Didn't say 1, 2, or 3. That's perfectly acceptable. By me.
There's 1, 2, 3.
No, they were my imagination.
This is the best.
You go out, Switzerland.
Then choose between watching Episode 1 and
I've never been waterboarded
Do you have a favorite doctor?
yes. Dr. Settle.
Didn't pick 4 or 10. Intrigued.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I don't know about it, but I Come on, anyway.
If you don't, I'm going to ask the last question if nobody else jumps in.
Don't give the answer.
Okay,
Give
so
the answer after we stop recording.
I have to know because I'm seeing this in Hangouts. Have you ever injured yourself on a cable saw?
Raise your hand if you have.
Sounds like someone's trying to tell a story, but I don't know.
It sounds like it. If not, when do you plan to start? Welcome to FamiLAB. So that part about safety procedures, totally not us.
Oh,
Like, because that's about you.
As a side note, along with that, table saw only comes on when plugged in now.
One of them.
Oh yeah, the David's one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a safety procedure. It's always, this way it's always usable. Right. You plug it in, it's on.
All right.
Straight to that.
If that's it for Joseph's harassment, we can move on.
All right. Next person. Forgive me. Weiss?
Woo! Tell us about yourself.
I already today and I see that it's I would like to be able to
Any questions?
Got a project in mind? What's the next project you want to do?
Or time.
Yeah, there's no budget. I think it's like kind of anything you want to do. Anything you want to do.
Anything you particularly want to press?
Do you code? You
I love you.
what language?
I should talk to you obviously.
See it.
No.
No.
Just put it out.
They're cynical.
That was a nerd card back.
I was thinking of movie covers.
All right.
Um,
Questions, everybody? Before we move on?
Have you ever been shocked?
Shocked.
With actual
He's
electricity.
been electrocuted. That's what.
There we go. So how what happened?
Both are just that.
I will come up with a question. Do you have a handle? Name on the forums, a name on IRC, a name, username.
No question. Okay. I would say you're interested in robotics. If you're interested in battle robotics.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah.
Those are great projects. He's the guy for that. You should build one for Maker Faire.
Well, we're gonna have a competition.
BattleBots, man.
We're gonna have a competition at the Maker Faire.
One way to learn, right? Do firsthand.
Can I bring the gas powered? What could possibly go wrong?
I see nothing that could happen there.
It's only an enclosed room with gas going up. I can use
They already have a flamethrower.
What size are you? Oh.
150 gram, 1 pound, and 3 pound. It'll be inside the cage. You'd be surprised. We bounced them off the ceiling last time. Bang, bang, right off the bottom.
Are you going to be upstairs again? Do you know what you're going to do?
No, we don't know the location yet.
All right. Any other questions? All right.
I'm going to put everybody on this time, or do you, Jen? Oh no, this is for people who aren't numbers who want to be numbers, but I will let Frederick do that. I will. You can do that. You're not the one sitting up here. Yeah, pressure. Peer pressure. We don't have paperwork for you, but tell us about yourself anyway.
Go on platform. I currently work at Orlando Science here as a facilities student, and I work at I'm going to school for mechanical engineering, also in computer science, just to learn how to code. Hobbies are cars,
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Star Wars. My
That's officially covered. We'll forgive you.
Watch out, a horse.
I got a couple of computers in the
Awesome. More questions, or shall I gather?
I don't know. Just use it or build both yourself. Yeah. Why not both? Yeah. That's possible. Yeah, but it's not that fun. Especially if you're going to get Yeah.
Have you seen the Delta?
You may agree.
Nice.
Delta Maker in there, we'll show you after. All right. Do you know any good sites?
Sites? Yes.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not very much.
Where's
I'm dead.
And
Do you want to mute the microphones?
All right. Muting the mic. Well, okay, I'll mute the mic.
Joseph, did you have a handle?
All right, so for those that turn in their work, they will get voted next month. Or if they already have, whatever. So for everybody that wants to leave, this is their chance. Otherwise, we're going to start the long portion of the meeting.
which is really updating on all the lab doings, comings, and goings for the past couple of months. It might be worth saying.
Yep, very much encourage you.
So we have Autodesk stuff now, so we can do classes for that, but I don't know how to set that up. Because we can, yeah, we can probably, everyone's probably going to trial versions are like 6 weeks each, probably. Good for like a month. If you're longer if you're students, like 2 years. We just do classes here with having lab computer. The full event. The full like $1,000 student.
So I'm gonna re-awesome box Suraj here for a moment because he worked with TechSoup to get us essentially a large donation of us. So I think you volunteered to teach too. Didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even
So
better.
there's going to be like a basic class.
Just now.
No, he totally did it on the forums. That was not volunteer.
There'll be like a basic class of using the interface, which could be like a me showing you our algorithm type of thing. The other ones are how to use it with the laser cutter, the 2MFs, the CNC, the code bender. You can do that too. You can also use sheet metal on that, which is how you do code bending. 3D printing. We can code to a lot of things. And once we get the class running, we need a cam top. Otherwise, I'd be nice to do that too. So you can go to beautiful.
Where is this up on up here?
It'll be on one computer, I think once in the laser room. Yeah, I think it'll be.
Yeah, it'll be on the lab computers wherever we have 3,
You can download
so it'll be
files.
on 3 of them.
If you want to download them,
If you got if you have a student email, you can get a student version.
But then we'll have the full version.
it also has FDA analysis, stuff, full assembly, and all that. So it'll be really interesting and really, really complicated. Regardless, though, there's a lot of tutorials online. Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be here. Yeah, trying to. Yeah. If you want one, you type one.
Yeah, Autodesk has actually started.
No, you don't have to type line anymore. Just click line. Yeah, it's faster to type.
Or you just push L.
Yeah, yes, sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
I think I'll probably move us along so that we have a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Okay,
everybody
we do
wants
have
to
a
do
few
things
pages
on their
left.
slate.
Yeah.
All right. So first thing up, annual meeting. We're working out details, but it should be around in August.
Which we know backs up against Maker Fair, but filled out.
Yeah, it's been our last one was a year ago, maybe a little more,
Give or
something like
take.
that. So we
It's
really
this
need to
summer.
get it in before Maker Fair.
Yeah, the annual meetings where we vote officers, and it's where we discuss massive sweeping things. We fill out a food. It's like an overgrown member meeting. We're trying to plan that now, looking at the end of August.
Like once the year's on, there's only.
Whoa.
Which is more than
There are 4 spots coming open.
All will get posted on
Sorry,
the forums.
2 or 3
Who's getting voted, everything. Once we have all the information.
Yeah, we're going to get the information posted. It's just been one thing after another after another.
Yeah.
And that's it.
We do not pick.
Yeah.
You nominate or self-nominate. And then once people get voted on, we then decide the positions within ourselves, but you vote the people to support. Mike says he'll be adding a forum post this week. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have time to discuss it. Okay.
All right. Next one, we're not doing because we haven't figured that out yet. New lab stuff. So Haas is scheduled to be moved Thursday at 8 a.m. Anybody want to be sweet if I have to be here at 8 a.m.
We'll keep Lance company.
We do need a path from the garage door all the way back to where the Haas is going and running a room around where the Haas is going for that to happen.
Is there an estimate for how long
No.
Not really.
However, I doubt it will be very long. It's literally jack it up 4 times, put it on to roll it, lift it, put it down, reverse.
if you need somebody else here, I can swap Thursday, Friday from that.
I'm here all day, so I'll be working from here. It's not the end of the world. It's just I work Pacific time and live Pacific time, and I have to be here at 8 a.m. Eastern time.
If necessary, I could cover it.
Yeah.
So if you want to keep Lance company, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Or wake me up.
importantly is clearing a path for the Haas tonight or through this weekend. I can't be here tonight. We'll be
Or
here tomorrow or the day after.
Not through the
But
weekend.
since you're here,
I turn on the ACs, so it shouldn't be too horrible to
We would have a pretty quick
Yeah, it won't take long.
How wide does that have to be?
For truck, it will drive down. Something like that.
You know,
Not a
when you
center.
have this wall up against
That seems like that.
The other one, I pray to God there's nothing in the way over there. There shouldn't be. Yeah, this side, literally all the way from the door, all the way back along the building, all the way to that panels over there.
I think that's where we're going to hear the most, honestly. Right it back over here.
Is there enough room between the pallet cap and the pallet in the last building?
Can't have anything else there. And that tells you how wide you need to be.
Anyway.
I just know how to use it a little.
That's actually a couple down the road in our agenda, so we'll get there.
Yeah. So.
Last thing on house.
Yeah.
We know we have a handful of people who know how to use it a little bit. Like the comment of let's figure out how we can start educating and empowering more people to use it. I know you are you still taking a house class?
The class starts August 28th, and then I'll be gone from the lab the rest of the year.
Come back for the Christmas party. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah.
But so it's with taking a class. It'll be fun. But in the meantime, start thinking of classes, start thinking of ways to instruct others how to use the class.
If you have a lead on CAM software, just do it. CAM software.
We're looking at Bobcam for work, which is actually that's a bonus software. It's not unbelievably expensive. I'm not gonna say it's cheap.
Yeah. That's been the major thing for them, other than just not very good at people.
All right, I'll kick us off on the next one.
You're gonna do it, right?
Yeah, I'll kick us off on the next one. So the next thing on our list, there's been a lively discussion on the forums about food in the classroom. The suggestion of a good number of members is to keep food and drink in the laptop bar only, because of the carpet in here, except for water. I'm going to be the major drag for a second. This is the invoice from the carpet. It's $2,450 for carpet in here. And that's
2 rooms.
this room and that
That's
and the
it.
lobby. That's all that we carpeted. With PayPal fees, that is 51 of your member dues, assuming that they're all $50 member dues. So I just kind of want to point that out, that it's almost a full month of member dues to put the carpet in. So, with that said, there needs to be a discussion. I don't know if we want to bring it up again, probably at the annual meeting, there are more people, but we need to start a discussion, or if you have a strong opinion, one way or the other, there's a discussion going on in the forums about mitigating food and drink in the carpeted areas.
Food, I definitely
The major concern is Brooks put carpet in for us in the old lab, and within 6 months, 9 months, it was last night was absolutely disgusting. From food, from drinks, from whatever else was in there. So,
The vacuum that hasn't been like
it hasn't been deep cleaned.
But it'll get better, you're not gonna get the same.
Well, it's another thing to put on the to-do list for this new space. Prevention, ounce of prevention time of year. But there's a lot of discussion on the forums. Please join in on it. If you have strong opinions, voice them now, or voice them there, or during the annual meeting, so we can figure out going forward what we're doing. With that said, on this list also, no food and drinks in the bio and dark room because of the chemicals.
Contaminated stuff.
It's one of those common sense things that should be said anyway, especially once both of those rooms are up and running. God forbid you drink something from the dark room or eat glowing coli.
I'll have the power server
Oh, well, yeah,
room in there as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
The network and power closet.
We'll be all very angry with that.
Don't go in the network room and eat your shame donut.
And then
Everybody knows about them already.
something to toss into discussion is whether or not to have water in FamiLAB laser.
So
But that, all of this is topics for discussion.
Yeah.
If we don't feel like having a lively discussion about it now, it's hop on the forum thread. I know. I would rather not have an online discussion.
yeah,
Because I can see the look on your face. But please get on the forum thread, voice an opinion. You help make the lab. Let's
form,
talk about
not
it.
hang out stuff for this kind of thing.
Yeah,
It's both ideas.
it doesn't for people tied to desks all day. It's hard to keep up. Also on the list about food, ants in the old lab. So controlling, cleaning up after yourself. I know Lance came in and cleaned up a ton of problems today. Food, yes, in there.
Not that far.
We're
Not
2
first
weeks
time.
in this space. Pest control's on here, but I think that's also later on down the list. So we need on the GitHub. Okay. Or I need to put it on the GitHub. But we need to discuss possibly doing either self-treating pest control or hiring somebody to do it for us. Every time we hire somebody, it costs money. I'll just put that out there. But it's a discussion to have. Mike is making the
You're
point.
talking about delegating pay members to work.
Obviously, it's in that agenda. Mike's making the point, if you hire somebody, it has to be clean from you to come and spray, otherwise it's like running around in circles. So again, it's all for discussion. Please hop to the forums, discuss this. It's your lab. Come up with ideas to keep it clean and shiny like it is right now.
Anyone having any add on food stuff before I move on? That's why we're asking.
Well, that's why we're turning around and looking at you guys to take the forums so that we're not coming up with a bunch of rules and going, the board says that doesn't work.
By the charter, how to do it. You basically have to have 100% buy-in.
Yeah.
Self-policing.
If we're having such a lively discussion,
We need to try.
We may or may not come to a complete consensus, but even a majority would be enough to have self-police. I know full well that there will be food in here at some point. And someone's going to, hell, I sat out there the other day munching on something, totally not thinking about it. But it's something that needs to be discussed because the more that the board tries to say, do this, don't do that, it doesn't come from the membership that way, even though we're just members too. It needs to be discussed.
I think not so much board.
How do we?
You're gonna have some
Yeah. There's only the social culture, the
All
social.
you do is go see someone and ask them, hey, not do that. We agree.
It's possible to go to somebody. Not in my own house.
You can, but that's not it's likely to not make them want to do it.
You can tell somebody that. You go,
Oh, God. If the rule is passed, then
Then
the
it's
insincerity clause is most likely that's that is the amount. I think, although I think that a compromise can somewhat is something. I think there can be some sort of compromise with like both camps. I think the greater threat to the department's integrity in sodas, not so much food. So if we were to find some sort of compromise, it would be ban sodas, but not
Forums. So simply so the discussion's all in one spot.
What in something
And written.
else that we get close to saying, you know, let's say the shelves, but we make the schools and all come to agree on, okay, we all work these schools and this thing, we all agree to then define and do that first.
I suppose there's a common.
No.
I can't imagine we're gonna have other ones.
That's not how you play. Yeah.
There's no happening.
So now we're or saying
I think that we put so much effort and time into moving over here and making such a beautiful new space that we would all want to keep it beautiful. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to just stay on the tile.
Well, let's keep that mind down there. Not bring it to they're not going to imagine. Enjoy the wonderful struggle of moving over here. So they won't appreciate why that rule or guideline is in place.
It's not a rule concerned to it. It's your pride in this space. It's your wanting to keep it cleaner. Save us $2,400 or whatever it is.
So that way that other people can make sure to emphasize how important it is.
And you can only lead by example. You can't force someone else to do it. If you do it and ask them, hey, this is why, and we have to try. Or just budget to replace the carpet. I mean, yeah. I know.
I would rather have a stain on the ground than destroy that creation. That cooler, that's a cooler aftertaste of somebody who's that dedicated to the project.
Well, then, I think it's a really hard solution.
I have a doubt though that that's going to really not make somebody like, oh, yeah, I can't marry it, so now I'm just not going to be here in a lot. I have a very high up of work. We can do both of them. I mean, we can kind of self-pace a little bit and say, you know what, try and keep the food out of here as much as possible. Try and keep sodas in some kind of non-still container. And then every 6 months or a year, say, okay, we're going to have to have something in container. That's not that $2,400 a year. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Say, here's the budget.
Well,
Same point. That's $1,200 that we don't get to spend on that stuff.
But the thing about rules, though, is that, members are not going to do it. We're looking at people coming from Raspberry Pi in here, and they didn't have to have this place out. I don't think the parents anywhere to use it. And it would be nice to have rules on the wall that say no food or drinks for any visitors that come in. And it would also be nice for whoever's hosting that, that person is responsible for their behavior. So like when Rick's doing the Cub Scouts make a mess, I'm coming back to Rick.
I would be careful about getting like that. I could actually prefer
Well, if
I agree the same level and say, yeah, you bring somebody like, oh, you're responsible for it.
We're not going to have like an
automated for
and we're not talking about, oh, you stink, so you have to pay for carpet.
I would say I encourage you that we have the rest of the walls pristine, those stuffs in the walls, those blue stains, but everything else looks pristine. Everyone should, anybody would care really that much about it.
So it's something we need to discuss. We need to decide if we're going to do, not do as a membership. It can't be any one person saying it because there has to be self-belief.
so I'm going to back up to the Hangouts. Some of the commentary, not all the commentary, some of it's random discussion. But Casey says, having an emergency backup carpet cleaning device might not be a bad idea. Mike reemphasizes dangerous use food and drink in some areas anyway. I think he probably stick to the biodegradable thing. All this needs to be on the forums, says Willa, and Jessica points out, I know for a fact that you lost a member to Factor because of roaches in the old space. So,
That's both ways.
kind of try to wrap it up a little bit and drive it towards the forums, at least for anything, any ideas fleshing out, simply because there are enough people who aren't here. And it's really hard to keep up typing and listening to.
Yeah. All right. Next topic. Door. So update on the front door and side door. we need a locksmith for the front door. They have to fix the door. It's not closing properly. The threshold is not attached anymore. Stuff like that. They need to put in a door knob lock. They need to put in a electronic strike control pull. I don't have time to find a locksmith. We really would love for a member or whatever to stand up and do that.
So if I'm actually going to make a stronger statement. If we can
Okay.
have somebody step up and volunteer before we leave tonight, come talk to me, come talk to Lance. All you have to do is find a locksmith and call them and put them back to us.
Cool.
We've just been up to here. The faster we find a locksmith, the faster we get door access from.
So you can make the door perfect and install all the hardware. So yeah, we need that. Other than that, I have the beginnings of the code done to make a web interface database to do NFC cards for the front door. We'll extend it to the side door as soon as we get the hardware in for it, and everything locks are installed, and everything's ready to go. So that is planned. We're going to reissue new NFC cards that will be printed on it with the thing. We have a little bit different design. So your RFID card and your NFC card are not going to work. All new ones.
That's real quick.
Sure.
We'll be basing, well, the easiest way for us to pull membership rolls and reissue cards for the new shiny NFC ones is for
It's 9 o'clock.
is for me to
Samantha.
pull the financial records. Now, with that said, do not panic. Everyone I currently have in PayPal, everyone I know by check or other means, and everybody that with whom we have arrangements, I know who you all are. If somehow PayPal has eaten your payments, or which they do with relative frequency, or something has happened, we'll work it out. You come talk to me, we'll figure out what they did, we'll issue a new card. No sweat. Is that a comment or? Yes, Willa. Sorry, you mind if I hit those first? Okay. Willa says, "Are we doing photos for badges?"
Yes.
Yes. Mike needs headshots for the ones he doesn't have. He'll be compiling. Everyone has to have a picture of some sort, even if it's just an avatar. Take it to the lab, use something you want, etc., and so on. Yeah, Willa. For the security thing, pick an avatar, take a photo of yourself. You just need to have something to put on your badge. If you have a blue lanyard, hold on to it for new cards. If you need one, come see Mike. Hands will still work. We'll get them back in the system.
Phones, whatever.
Phones will work. Yes, we're going to try to allow other forms of identification once the system is fully implemented. And we already brought up the locksmith. I think that covers everything out here about door. Questions, concerns, thoughts? Cool. So TLDR for now, these still work on side door. We're going to get a locksmith for the front door so we can put in door beta 1.1 or whatever it is, and then we're going to slowly move to having the full system on. And then we're going to reissue cards with the new shiny NFC once we got.
If yours doesn't work on the door, shout to this one.
Or Ted, if you say, because Ted put it up.
And we'll get it fixed or something. Along that note, notice this recently. If you just throw things into Hangouts, I love you, but if we're not sitting there staring at it, we're not going to. So, air conditioner not working, or whatever it may be, send it a Hangout directly to your board member, or an email, or anything but into the main account. There's no notifications, there's no
Yeah, so repair requests, stuff's broken, etc. I almost nominate this instead of a broken FamiLAB or something. Just email somebody. That's true. Email something at FamiLAB. It will come to us.
Yeah.
I try to keep an eye on Hangouts as much as I can because I'm the one most tied to a desk during the day from the board. But work's picking up and it's really hard to keep my eyes on there. So anything critical, please email or PM or something. Just scroll back as long as you don't do it. All
right. That's it for door, right?
That's it for door. Unless there are questions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to-do list.
Lockers and storage.
Oh, gotcha, I skipped that.
So next thing, and then a lot of the stuff that's on here is stuff that's been going up and down on forums and on Hangouts over and over and over. We just need to start a discussion and get it over. So we have lockers. There's how many of them there are. There's not enough for everybody. We
The board's suggestion was to go with bins, so that we have enough for everybody. When one comes free, it's a problem decided who gets it. The problem with these arguments kind of parts. It was the same limited floor space problem. There's been discussion over buying bins for members who want them from the lab. Again, it's something to discuss.
Yeah. So we more or less picked out they're not here, but it's a stackable bin. Each member gets one put it on the thing.
I kind of like the idea. Because I know that we've got just to check the stuff in. I like the idea.
That drop. Thank you for volunteering.
Yeah, I like. I like the idea. I like both ideas. Because that way we keep the lockers that you've had since God only knows how long ago, but it's not people fighting over who gets one when it comes to.
Bottom line is no longer personal locker.
Right. Well, and even if we don't go with that, we can also put class supplies in them. Or I know Gadget Cat has been keeping stuff in there, balls we can cut in there, which was severely convenient when I would buy it for build out and then just go and open the locker and put it in there.
Lockers aren't a bad thing, but having them for the personal, it's causing problems. And it'll only get worse. So again, another thing for discussion on the forums.
It kind of covers all the points of this list on lockers, I think.
Donation section.
Yeah, this ended up under the wrong heading. Mike made the comment, we love you all, we love your donations. Before you donate something large, tools, etc., we probably need to clear it as a group. We threw away about 50 plus cubic yards of trash, about 2.5 times the dumpster we had from the old lab. This cost us X amount of money for the X amount of time that we have. I know, I'm waiting for it. It's something to try to keep in check. I know that you want to give things to the lab, but if they're big or perhaps not useful, yeah, it tends to build up. Yeah, yeah. But just come talk to us.
But my personal opinion, if you're not prepared to take it out immediately, it's stupid. Ask them. If you're fully prepared to bring it and go and get a message from someone that you need to take this out and be here to remove it, then I'm not so bothered. Big thing taking up hallways and everything else that's changing. But I'm not saying don't bring in your boxes and things or whatever. But this isn't their area.
We threw out a lot of that. Dave Casey comments, it's general bureaucracy, be willing to undo it quickly. Which is a fair point. Yeah. I'm going to wait for you to finish typing and then move on, just because you did something else. And stop. Okay. I think that covers that.
So Siraj started the GitHub. You did it as a README. I would suggest moving it to issues, mainly because non-FamiLAB org members can create and contribute issues, and they each have their own tracking and status. Along that, create issues, guys. If you want whatever we're going to do to the top there, create an issue for it in GitHub, github.com/FamiLAB. For the window, there's so many little things that need to be done to finish it. And I'd love to get them all tracked. Just so we know, hey, there's progress, so that a new member can come along and go, hey, I want to help, or something. And it's also partly to prevent, I've spent $200 on materials and building my thing for it, it's not installed, and someone else comes along and goes, okay, I put it in the window, great, it's done now. You know, that kind of thing. Let's work together.
Can someone else do that? I have no idea.
I will probably start. That's what we have. Yep. Questions on the GitHub thing? GitHub.com/FamiLAB. It should be the first project listed because I think it's the one here. Yep. That.
Is that a live account?
It's GitHub form, so it's not owned by a no-name account kind of thing. It's owned by the members of the board. If you want to be added, you can meet board member whoever and we'll add you. But yeah, it's not owned, I guess. AC. So update on the AC. Huh? Okay. This what I typed here this morning is different, so I have to read it. Hold on. So there are 4 air conditioners, right? We don't have them auto resetting right now. We have to move around some thermostats, buy thermostats, make an AC system to do all that the way you want. Please reset them. They should be, what, 78 degrees or higher? We didn't really write it down.
78 or 80.
I'd say 78 or 80, 90 in the warehouse, or off, preferably probably off for now, because we're still working out how much the warehouse is going to cost us. The less money we spend now, the more profit. So yeah, there's one by the power panel in the back. There's one right on the outside of this wall around here. There's that controller right there and the controller in there. That AC needs a new evaporator. They are AC man to be out this week, end of the week, or beginning of next week to replace the evaporators for the part. In the meantime, we've been recharging it, so it's supposed to work. Although we tried to use it today and it comes hotter. There are 4 separate
AC units on. I'm about half done with the app, so you can pull these things from I understand that, like somebody comes in and say, that person leaves, but he gets to turn it off. And that person leaves and he's only been off.
Yeah.
Well, once it's all tied into Pi, they'll also talk about motion sensors in the lab. If there's no motion for 30 minutes, then they'll start that.
So we're working on upgrades today. So right now there are 4 things, and we need to make sure they're off in the license.
2 things, because I'm watching hangouts. Dave Casey says a checklist with AC, lock, and light needs to be next to the door for those leaving last. It would be a huge help. Mike comments in the agenda, once the warehouse is tied to the card system, we can go to sort of pay-to-play to run the AC out in the warehouse.
So for those that haven't caught up on that, we are monitoring the cost of the ACs in the warehouse right now. That's why we're running them periodically on purpose, but we need to know where we're running them to do this, so that we can figure out how much it costs us, so that we can, until we decide to run it ourselves at 90 degrees or whatever, so that we can have you swipe card and run it for 8 hours, whatever it works out for you.
What are the directions for breakers?
Yes, they're also practically the only thing running on that power panel, so you can other than noises.
There was also discussion on right by the door on the way out. It'll have like an indicator panel with lights for the Haas is left on, the laser is left on.
These are all
ACs
things
left on.
that start a project, make a forum post. I mean, same here, great, but that doesn't get it started. Make a post on GitHub, do whatever.
Mike comments, at least all the lights turn themselves off, which is a true statement, except the warehouse and the classroom. So all the others are motion sensors.
You can plug in the day and TV and the laptop on.
I was in here yesterday.
So
When you woke up.
Anyway, so I'm trying to be a rude broken record. If you have ideas, shove them on the forums, largely because we don't have them to do. Get the discussion started. If you want to own a project, even better, I'll leave you forever. But at least start a discussion.
but we just need
That's I was typing.
I talked about it. So finishing on the laser AC after replacing the evaporator goes to work, and it leaves like a second. If it is blowing hot air, you burn it off. You can burn up the compressor.
So if you're running a laser in the meantime, keep the door open. That way it pulls AC from in here. It's not ideal, but it's better than running with the door shut and it getting extremely hot.
If you're using something that's a little sneaky, there's a fan right there, blow the air back into the room and help keep the smoke from going into
Yeah, that's it.
the
Yeah, so actually, yeah, have that fan running if you're losing.
You can throw 93 feet on it. Pilot for one. It's a small double, and we've already used that one key to like $2,500 a month. So
Coming back. Dave Casey made the question, can Rick talk about AC drain overflow?
So the drain trap was replaced this morning.
Yeah.
Then there's all the ACs use the same drain, so they have to have traps. The one for this main space was replaced this morning.
wasn't draining fast enough, and so it was picking the AC off because it has a sensor that says, hey, I'm full, and it should still sound.
Yeah. I don't know if you said Rick. I don't know if you want to add anything. Okay.
Or was it?
I was here when you looked here.
Oh, okay.
And basically, I told him keep an eye on it, but if you do the fail, check it. I just put a shot back down to the drain will go up 5 to the shot back.
Okay. Well, we need to keep an eye on that. We need to keep, if the AC is not working, that's probably why. Until we get all our AC issues straightened out, be aware that there's probably a tub full of water up there. And that's all you have to do is drain it. Not draining that. We do a lot of units. I think we're doing like a gallon an hour. Yeah. All right, we're getting close to the end. Ready to move on or no?
Yeah.
All right. After this class is a laser class meeting. If you are not certified to use the laser, end the class.
It's a real informal thing. I couple people have asked me, but all 3 of them that originally asked me are here. If you haven't done laser and would like to do laser, I will talk to you real quick.
Also, we are planning on getting that kind of stuff online. Just takes time and stuff like that.
As the whole setup is not complete, can we do a quick go over what the order of things we turn on?
Yeah, it's for brand new people. So it's from.
The slides aren't up to date yet, but we'll do a quick talk through, and like Lance said, we're going to put it online again as soon as we can.
But we need to look into the next thing. I've already completed the class and everything yet. You guys just like it to that.
Yeah, they were out in the warehouse for years. We are earlier talked about doing a birthday calendar.
Want to talk about this one?
Yeah, that's right.
So Coke went and made a normal birthday calendar. So we all know when everybody's birthdays are. I've added mine and a couple others. If you don't want yours on there, let me know. We can talk about maybe a book your membership or not, and all that sort of thing. What are we using it for? To say happy birthday to you. I've been bringing cupcakes for everybody I know about. Oh, it's good for the membership. On one hand, it's good for making you feel good about being here. On the other hand, I like cupcakes. No. You couldn't. I probably wouldn't catch it. But with that said, if you don't want your birthday on this thing, come talk to me. If I don't have your birthday and you want it on this thing, come talk to me, and we'll have a discussion about if we should put it in the members only section of forums or just kind of pass it around to people. It's just something Code made
Or
one
give her
way
a
that I
quick
can latch onto.
And then they'll also tell us when we're not meeting here.
Taking the forums, Tom, damn it.
No food for you ever.
Got the next one? Since I'm mostly doing it. So I created another board on the forum, and it's basically all the email that comes to my inbox. I get like 500 emails a day, so that's personal too. So I'm trying to, instead of just going, yeah, I don't care, yeah, that's great. The ones that you guys might care about, I'm trying to put on there so that we can get, I mean, part of it is external people asking us for a survey or wanting to meet with us or whatever, and I just, board doesn't have
Tell us
time.
about their contest that's on
I
shiny.
need contests.
We get a lot of this stuff.
I posted 5, right, already? 5, 6 in 2 days. So, but I'm trying to push it on to you all so that you can see it, take advantage of it if it's something you're interested in or not.
A decent example is the Vote Veterans contest.
Yeah.
That's up. The details are better on there. I'll get a box of cards to show you. But stuff like that. So keep an eye out on that.
Also, that's yet another thing for me to do, and I get 500 emails. So I'm gonna try.
We may slip a few. I'm helping him, but we may slip a few. But it's better than not doing it all. Now,
Is that it?
there's a lot of yapping in the Hangout. It's nothing directed at us, I don't think. If there's guys on Hangout, girls and guys on Hangout, if there's anything you want to say, we are about to the end of the agenda.
Yeah, last
So
chance.
hit us up with questions and jump.
Anybody have anything that you discussed at a meeting? And who's actually raising their hand for something instead of later?
We need to, from Hangouts, we need to come up with a wall mounting committee
An approval process.
for posters because the classroom looks bare. I know it's more how to hang things sitting off of the walls. So because there's some.
Yeah, there's been a lot of discussion on how we want to decorate. All I can say from my point of view is let's try and do something that is either not like permanent, nailed or poster to the wall. Let's try and do something that's reusable, looks fairly nice. I would love it if solder nights we put up Spark Fun and who sponsored us? It was Spark Fun.
Spark Fun and Gadget.
Yeah, put up their posters and soldering things and everything else, and it was yeah. So stuff like that, where you can redecorate or whatever. Just not permanent damage to a nice wall, but
We need like screwed planks into the wall in the last days.
What works really well is we have magnets hanging on the overhead, and you glue those into like a pretty thick book.
How many magnets do you want?
Oh, I haven't done it.
All of them?
We use some magnets.
And then you can do there's screws and nails in the wall, and that's how I've been finding the stuff. So the whole poster.
We use the
I just see more stuff. I'm just watching hands. Commentary. There are lots of cool projects to do around the lab facility to make it our own. Ideas. Bring up ideas around the forums, especially because it builds team stuff.
Yeah, forums. If you're actually starting it, please give them to GitHub as well.
People on the Hangout who are talking about a photo gallery, put it in GitHub. Put it on the forums. Maybe we make a slideshow in front of you in a lobby, Lance.
I'm working on that. If you have something you want on it, send it to me. Unfortunately, the way Google Chromecast Craft works is it has to be typed to paper. No.
Okay. We'll figure that out. Yeah. All right. Questions, comments, concerns. People in Hangouts, your last shot. People here, your last shot.
Good.
I'm just gonna wait. Means I'm very confused. Okay, I'm cutting this off.
All right. Thank
Any
you.
more comments, forums? Otherwise,
Long
fun,
meeting.
solid.
Thank you all for staying.
Please can help move stuff for us to get in.
Yes,
If you have a second.
Bye all remote people. Stay tuned next month.
So next time I'm appointing a secretary so that I'm not listening and typing and approving.